Happy weekend, everybody. It is 316 day. That's right. Stone Cold 316 day. I was watching some of that shit on Twitter. It was funny. That's what's trending right now. It's like Stone Cold 360 day. Well, 316, yes. But anyways, hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's also St. Patrick's Day coming up tomorrow. Yep. I hope you're wearing green tomorrow or you're going to get your ass punched. Alright, so today on the GB Cast, we're going to talk about a few things, including our thoughts regarding the Avengers Endgame trailer, perhaps even some fun theories we'll throw out there about what we think is going to happen, as well as the rumored April update to Grand Theft Auto Online, James Gunn returning to Guardians, and more. All that happening today on the GB Cast. Okay, so anyways, hope you guys are having a good 316 days. Stone Cold says so. Yeah, back when I actually did watch wrestling. those were the good times back then. Oh, that was good stuff. Let's see. UG Outlaw, Kane, Don't Call Me Danny, Paradise Gamer. What is happening? Hope y'all are having a great weekend. And this is gonna be fun. I don't know how long this one's gonna go on today. It may be a shorter GB cast because I am planning on a double header today. Later on, I may just go play some Mortal Kombat. I got a code for the stress test going on this weekend only. So I'm thinking about, maybe trying that out later on this evening for a couple hours and get my ass beat and get salty. See how it is. Let's see, Son in Discord said it was pretty good so far. He's been enjoying it, even though he also has been getting whipped. So I'm pondering doing that later on. Would you guys like me to get my booty whipped a few times in Mortal Kombat during the Mortal Kombat 11 stress test? I mean, I got a code. I might as well use it, right? So I think that's the plan for later, several hours from now. But first and foremost, appreciate all of you being here, all of our awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, mods, as well as Super Chat heroes for March 2019, and members of the GeauxBurns Nation, which include Trippy Mark, Zoa, Aaron Thomas. One of those three is close to reaching the 1-year mark. Actually, all three of them are going to reach it, but who will reach it first? Tune in next time. I don't know. Maybe one of them have already reached it, and I just haven't checked the membership section yet, so maybe I need to do that. Other awesome members include my very good friend Azralynn. You know her. You love her. She also streams. See, Hutch, she also streams. I need to change that to Hutch Plays, actually. I need to update his membership thing, because that's his new name now, Hutch Plays. He's over on Twitch, by the way. Oliver King, along with Carrick over at ACG, one of the best reviewers of video games, AAA and indie. Along with Chris Brad 79, all of them have been members for at least 6 months now, so thank you so much to our 6+ month members. We also got Fat Chinese Gaming. He's approaching 6 months. UG Outlaw in the house, along with Cyber Games, El Davo, Paradise Gamer, who is also here. Thank you, Paradise Gamer. MyDune, along with Hakime. Now, MyDune, I need to fix yours, I think, because it's kind of conflicting. Like, according to YouTube, let's go real quick. Let me pull that up. I'll pull it up real quick for us to look at. But before I get there, let me just keep the wall up, just so you guys can awe at its glory. By the way, the background is the skyline of my hometown. Well, my adopted hometown. It's where I currently live. It's where I've spent most of my years being an adult. Well, trying to be anyways. Alright, so channel memberships. Okay. So this will explain to you all what the dealio is. Okay, so nobody has reached the 1-year marker yet. So I'll go ahead and pull down the wall. Once again, thank you so much to all of our awesome Super Chat heroes for March 2019, as well as members going above and beyond for the GeauxBurns Nation. Okay, so got the wall up real quick. Oh yeah, I have it on the wrong thing. Ah, see, I got the chat up. There's the chat. Hello, chat. Goodbye, chat. I'll pull that back up in a second. Okay, so this is the wall from my point of view, okay? What I see, this is how it is. So, at the moment, Trippy Mark, Zoa, Aaron Thomas are all in the running for getting the 1-year badge. And the reason why MyDune, I mean, even though MyDune had, like, he had some technical issue, even though it's, I think it says on his badge, like, I think he has the 6-month badge, but if you see by the lineup, you know, that's screwed up. And then Chris, which has a 6-month badge also, so it's all messed up. It's all foobarred. So I may just move MyDune back up. So I do, if MyDune's watching, I apologize. Chances are he's probably not watching, but he will be later, and then he'll complain. He'll be like, why have you not fixed it? I'm sorry. I can't fix it. I can't fix anything. I can't even fix myself. Okay, so anyways, let's read the chat real quick before we get going. So if you play Mortal Kombat, I'm coming back later, okay? All right, UG Outlaw. It'll be later. I don't know if it'll be late Saturday night. It'll probably be like, you know, like a few hours after the GBcast stream ends. I need a little break. Get a little something to eat. Get ready. Practice a little bit of montaging. You know. See, Kane, depends on what time for the Yeah, it's going to be later. It's not going to be a late start. It's not going to be like a Saturday night stream. I'm thinking more like a Saturday evening stream. I don't know how long it'll go on for. I guess it'll go on for till I've gotten my ass handed to me so many times where I'm just like ready to quit. I don't know. Going and expecting to get my ass kicked is okay. Maybe I'll actually win a few matches. That would be nice. Let's see, UG Outlaw. I got a code for the Xbox One. I figured that the PS4 might be the more popular of the two, so I went ahead and I signed up for an Xbox One code. And I got a code, so I'm happy about that. So that's going on later on today. Maybe we'll do a doubleheader. No promises, but I'm planning on accessing the code and jumping into Mortal Kombat 11 for the stress test beta, which you can stream, by the way, apparently. That's good. And the reason why I'm going to do it this weekend is because tomorrow's when it ends. So I want to go ahead and get in there. I mean, they were good enough to give me a code. I might as well use it, right? So that's probably what we'll do later on today. A few hours following the GB cast. We'll see Fusion. I like playing Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. Awesome. We will be talking about Grand Theft Auto Online in just a little bit. But first, let us discuss Avengers Endgame. That's right. By the way, in case you're wondering, the GB cast covers a great many things. And we do it every Saturday. Well, we try to do it every Saturday. We talk about gaming news, obviously. Mini games, not just Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Online, which are obviously the two games we cover on the channel. Other gaming news that comes out. We talk comics, we talk sci-fi, we talk TV shows, we talk movies. That's what the GB cast is all about. And anything you guys want to talk about. So it's a very interactive podcast. Yeah, the GB cast. So I don't know if I'm going to play the trailer for you guys. I'm sure most of you have already watched it. So I don't think we need to play it. But we'll go over my thoughts regarding The Protectors. Game ended. I mean, Avengers Endgame. See, Kane says Thanos will fall in Endgame, and this plan will be reset. I think that's probably the given. I mean, a lot of people believe that's most likely what's going to happen. But overall, first off, my thoughts regarding the Endgame trailer, which you can find over on the YouTube's FYI. I'm sure most of you have watched it. It does contain spoilers from Infinity War. If you haven't watched Infinity War, then you will be spoiled. Just warning you in advance. So UG Outlaw, I only saw the trailer today. Okay, guys, give me your thoughts regarding the trailer, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So my thoughts first and foremost. Obviously, there's going to be, I think, a time jump between what happens at the end of Infinity War and what happens in Endgame. Because, I mean, you see it on several instances before. Like, first and foremost, like, there's a scene where Black Canary still has blonde hair. Boo. And then, later on, she goes back to having red hair. Yay! So, obviously, there's going to be a time jump. And I guess for a while, they've come to accept that they were defeated by Thanos, who, if you look at it from a certain point of view, he was kind of sort of a hero, the hero of Infinity War. He at least went on the hero's journey. I mean, maybe he was still the villain technically, but he did kind of sort of go on that hero's journey in Infinity War. He went up against great odds, made great sacrifices in order to accomplish his goal. Let's see, Killer Potato, what's up? He says the trailer was really good. It was a great trailer. And what I like about their trailers is they don't give too much away. And that's one thing that pisses me off about a lot of movie trailers is that often, whenever, like the first trailer, usually the teaser trailers, it's okay for the most part. But then they give you too much in future trailers leading up to the movie. I mean, we have countless examples of that, like Terminator Genesis did that. I mean, it was still going to be a crappy movie anyways. It still ended up sucking, but they did give away a huge plot twist in the trailer. They did that most recently with the new Pet Sematary movie, which I was kind of sort of excited about. I mean, I love the original Pet Sematary movie, but I feel like they shouldn't have given away a certain twist in the trailer. They should have just left that for the audience to find out whenever they go watch the movie in theaters. I mean, there's still the possibility that the reboot of Pet Sematary might be good. I hope so, but who's ever in charge of doing these trailers needs to either A, get fired, or B, go take some lessons from people that do good trailers. Like, for the most part, I don't feel like the MCU trailers give too much away. I think they tease just enough to get you enticed. And maybe it's because they don't really have to tease that much, because they know that there's people that are going to go watch Avengers Endgame. They didn't have to even show off a trailer. Like, they could have done some silly nonsense. And a lot of the trailer is like some cutscenes. You have Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man, doing, like, I think most of the voice work from the beginning of it. Some flashbacks to when he first started out as Iron Man. And then you had a scene with Captain America, and then a few others as well. And then at the end you had Captain Marvel show up, and Thor. I guess Thor gets back his hammer, so he gets a new hammer, because it does show Thor with an axe in this trailer. But then at the end, when it does a little Captain Marvel tease, he clearly has a hammer now. So did he go back to the forge and have a hammer made? I guess he did. He's like, I like the axe, but I need my hammer. So I guess he now has an axe and a hammer, so he can maybe like dual wield. That'd be kind of sweet. But yeah, there's several examples of how there's a kind of sort of a time jump happening, where you see what's happened predominantly to Earth after the snap. I can't snap my fingers worth a damn. And you see how it has affected people. I think there's some flashbacks with Hawkeye training a young girl who is probably his daughter, who may very well be the next Hawkeye. Maybe, maybe not. A lot of people were speculating about that one. And then you see his hair got snapped in half. That hairstyle he had. And I don't want to show off the trailer because I don't want to risk a copyright claim. So that's why we're not showing the trailer, because I get copyright claimed enough. But you guys, like I said, you guys can go watch the trailer. I'm just going by memory right now. But anyways, I'll get to the chat in just a second. I'm just thinking about some of the things that happened. They show them like kind of like montaging a little bit, getting ready for the fight, because they're going to go up against Thanos again, or they're going to try something. You got Ant-Man there. You got Hawkeye coming back. You got Black Widow. You got Captain Marvel. You got Captain America. I'm guessing you also have Hulk. You have War Machine and Rocket Raccoon had a cool little scene together, where you had War Machine on top of like sitting up, propped up on War Machine was Rocket Raccoon. That looked pretty sweet. You have Nebula, Karen Gillian. Ooh, Karen Gillian. Oh yeah, Amy Pond. Yep. And they had like this walk-in where they are all wearing these white suits, including Nebula. So I'm guessing Nebula is now an Avenger. That's interesting. And some people were speculating about the suits, like, why are they all wearing these suits? Is it for time traveling? Is it for going into the quantum realm? Or is it they just felt like, looking cool? I don't know. Anyways, so they're going up against Thanos in April. So that's when it's going to premiere. April, what's the date? I think it's down here. Oops. April 26th, okay. Oh. Alright, let me back it up. See, okay, so she's got lipstick on now. And a lot of people are outraged about that. Like, oh my god, she has lipstick. She has lipstick. Why does she have lipstick? Because women like to wear lipstick, okay? Jeez. I mean, so what? She was wearing lipstick. Big fucking deal. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, it's a great trailer. And it didn't give away too much. Just a little bit, little taste of what's to come. And to be honest, I hope they don't do another trailer, because they don't need to, because people are going to go watch. So it's not necessary. I just really want them to stop spoiling shit in trailers. I mean, you give them a little taste, but then that's it. Okay, let's go to chat real quick. Let's see. UG Outlaw just saw the trailer. Killer Potato said the trailer was really good. See, Kane, cinematic trailer, masterpiece in my opinion. It was a great trailer. Very good trailer. Let's see, UG Outlaw, when they give too much away in a trailer, it puts you off going to see the actual movie. Because, yeah, exactly. What's the point in throwing a twist in the trailer when people are going to be like, well, you just gave away a major twist in the movie. I don't want to go watch it now. So what's the point? And usually a lot of trailers, like, they put all the best stuff in the trailer. Like comedies are really bad about this. Is that they'll put all the really funny shit in the trailer, and basically you don't even have to go watch the damn movie because you already saw all the really funny scenes. Well, I mean, thanks for saving me some money, so I don't have to go watch it. Thanks. So UGL, I wonder what the runtime for Avengers Endgame will be. Let's go look. We can Wikipedia this thing. I don't know if they have the actual runtime yet, but I heard it was going to be long. And I'm glad it'll be long. I mean, it'd be nice if they had like an intermission like they used to have back in the old days. You know, so I could get up and, you know, take a little break. It's one of the reasons why I don't like going to watch movies in theaters, because sometimes I just have to get up. I have to get up at, they don't have a runtime yet. But there's, you know, once again, a nice ensemble cast. You got Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Don Cheadle, Paul Rudd, Brie Larson, Karen Gillian. Let's see, we got Michonne in there too. We got Benedict Wong. I'm always going to call her Michonne. I'm sorry, she'll always be Michonne to me. See, Bradley Cooper. We got Gwyneth Paltrow, Josh Brolin. So, yeah, very nice ensemble. Very cool. All right, so anyways, let me go back to chat real quick. Read in the chat. Let's see. Riley. Hey, Riley. I hope they go the Jurassic World route when it comes to trailers. Saves me a few bucks. Oh, yeah, they show off too much. And they're like, okay, well, I don't need to go watch the movie now. Yeah, Jurassic World was all right, but Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was horrible. It's like the worst of the sequels. Let's see. Car, that is the big problem with trailers nowadays. Way too much of them spoil the whole movie or the best stuff. I agree entirely. See, Killer Potato. Yeah, I agree. I think it's probably going to be 3 hours max. I imagine it'll probably be like the length of, like, say, Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. Like, it's not going to be like a ridiculously long movie, but I think it's going to be long as hell because they probably got a lot of stuff they gotta do. They're not going to rush it because this movie is probably the swan song for a lot of these actors and characters, like the big ones at least. Let's see, Archangel. What's up, Archangel? Along with Wig. Hello, Wig. How are you guys doing today? We are talking about Avengers Endgame and theories. So we talked a little bit about the trailer. By the way, you can go watch the trailer on YouTube. I didn't really play too much of it, except for, you know, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel wearing some lipstick. I mean, ooh, the horror, right? Women wearing makeup and lipstick. It's a scary world we live in. You know, some people just get outraged about some of the dumbest shit these days. See, Kane, 2 to 3 hours. I think it'll be roughly the length of Endgame. Yeah, I think it'll be probably about that long. I think it's going to be pretty long. Let's see. UGL, I don't mind a movie being long as long as it keeps me interested. Exactly. What I would hope so is that this movie is not going to be extended for the sake of being extended, like with what Peter Jackson does a lot of times in his movies. Like King Kong, prime example. There's a director that doesn't like to leave shit on the edit room floor. Like, King Kong could have been a little bit shorter. Like, the whole typing scene, like, do. Like, really? Did you have to do that, Peter Jackson? I mean, there's a reason why shit gets edited out of films, because it takes... I mean, yeah, add that maybe to like an extended edition for like Blu-ray and DVD, or they still do DVD, as incentive for people to buy it. But there's nothing wrong with editing some stuff out of a movie because it does kind of make the movie drag. So even though this is probably going to be a very, very long movie, hopefully it'll be like good, like from beginning to end, because there's so many characters and so many different like plot points and arcs going on. I'm sure... It probably will be nonstop from the beginning till the end of Endgame. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all ends. Like, what is everyone's theories about how it's going to end? Who's going to survive the Endgame? Who's going to die? I know what Kane said a moment ago. It's probably a given that Thanos will fall and they will do some sort of timey-wimey quantum realm reset to bring everybody back. Because they have to, because there's a Spider-Man movie coming out in July, unless the Spider-Man movie Far From Home takes place before Infinity War. That's possible. I think it could be possible. Which is kind of weird, though, because you think that Far From Home would have aired before Endgame and before Infinity War. But, I mean, we do have plenty of prequels out there, so I don't know. There's some people that actually want Thanos to win again, or maybe he will. Maybe there'll be more than one battle, and like they'll try to stop him, and then he'll whip all their asses, and then they have to regroup, and they have to try to find another way to beat him. So that's another theory, but I want to see y'all's theories, even if they're silly. Even if they're ridiculous, I want to see your theories. See, Archangel thinks that Avengers Endgame will be entertaining from beginning to end. Hopefully. By the way, I'm having my lunch. It is a vanilla Slim and Trim with whey protein, in case you're wondering. Ouch, Kane, that's going to hurt. Ant-Man's going to go up Thanos' booty and then kill him by enlarging. Yeah, that'll do it. That would be Thanos' end game right there. But I could see Ant-Man being like, "What? You guys want me to what?" It's the only way, Ant-Man. Scott, it's the only way to stop him. All right, so I have a theory. This is my little theory. Because I did like the way they portrayed Thanos. I know some people that are like hardcore like comic book fans didn't like it as much because they did try to make him, I guess, make his character somewhat sympathetic, where you could kind of see things from Thanos' point of view. And the directors did go on a hero journey with Thanos in Infinity War. I think that there is actually a possibility that maybe Thanos himself is going to help the Avengers undo what he did. Well, I'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see. Archangel, heard on the internet that Captain Marvel was supposed to give Thanos the final blow. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true, because a lot of people feel like that she hasn't earned that right because she's just showing up now. But we'll see. UG Outlaw, let's see. Let's see, he's talking to Angel. Okay. Let's see, Justin, maybe the end of the movie, the Avengers will reset everything like it never happened. See, yeah, Justin, I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to transpire. I mean, the question is what all gets reset, because that would have to also include Gamora, right? And everything that happened on the ship that Thor and Loki were on, along with the surviving Asgardians and all of them from the end of Ragnarok. So, see, the reset has to go back much further than the snap, right? Because they're obviously going to probably bring back Gamora, because we'll talk about that in a little bit, because James Gunn is returning, to helm Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And do you really think that Gamora is not going to be part of Guardians of the Galaxy 3? So there's got to be a way that not only does he undo the snap that brings back the half of people that were turned to dust, but also going much further back than that to saving Gamora and perhaps even some of the others that died, including Loki and a few others too. Let's see, Riley, I wonder what they'll do for the Stan Lee cameo. I think they filmed this. May be the last Stan Lee cameo that we ever see. So now I hear that I didn't watch Captain Marvel. I know what happens. Like, basically from what I've read and from people have told me from different points of view, like Captain Marvel, as I mentioned last week, wasn't a great movie. It wasn't a bad movie either. It was like somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I hear that actually the Stan Lee cameo was really good. Like, that was really good. The first part of Captain Marvel was pretty good. It kind of dragged a little bit. A lot of the shoehorning and retconning kind of sucked. But it wasn't like the worst movie ever, but it was far from the best. But anyways, it's we talked about it last week during the previous GB cast, in case you guys were wondering. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be you think that they're going to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they... I mean, it's possible that maybe there's a Stan Lee cameo in Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't know if there is or not. Is there? Or is the last one he did for Avengers Endgame? I guess we'll find out. But, let's see. Archangel heard some rumors that the older Avengers were a little upset about... Yeah, I mean, that's rumors, though. I mean, rumors are fun to talk about and speculate. But if you don't have any, like, hard proof to back it up, then at the end of the day, it's... You really don't know one way or the other whether or not it's true. Let's see. Killer Potato. That's what Ant-Man is. He's supposed to go into the Soul Stone, pull out Gamora, and then the snap gets undone that way. Okay. Well, that's a very real possibility. I do feel like that they're going to play with the quantum realm. And I don't know if they're going to do time travel, but the quantum realm could be a thing, most likely. Yeah, Stan Lee had a cameo in Spider-Verse, yeah. But anyways, so I'm pretty excited about Avengers Endgame. I did not go to see it Infinity War in theaters, but I think I may have to go watch Endgame because I really did enjoy Infinity War. And this could be the end of the era. Let's talk about people that may not survive. Because even if all this does get undone, I do feel like some of the quote-unquote Avengers are not going to make it out. All right, see, Justin just brought it up. Good job, Justin. Good timing. Do you think Captain America or Iron Man will die in the Endgame? I think that either A, they're going to die. One or both of them is going to die. I don't think Iron Man's going to die in space like it was teased in the first teaser trailer. I think he'll probably be part of the final fight or one of the fights. But I can foresee one or both of them sacrificing themselves to help undo everything. And maybe there's a price to be paid for undoing the snap, right? Maybe there has to be a toll. I don't think everybody's going to die. I think Black Widow will survive because there's supposed to be a Black Widow movie. Captain Marvel will survive because I think they're planning on another Captain Marvel movie. Plus, she's going to be the new leader of the Avengers. Maybe not going forward in the MCU. Or whatever they have planned going forward. Yeah, UGL, a lot of people say Spider-Verse is very good. So I think if you're a Spider-Man fan, you'll probably enjoy Spider-Verse. Let's see, Riley, Endgame, everyone dies. Yeah, that's the plot twist. They're not going to do that, though. Or maybe it was all a dream, right? Maybe it was all a dream, and it'll be like, maybe Pepper Potts had a nightmare. And then she wakes up in bed next to Tony. It's like, Tony, I had a terrible dream. Kind of like how, like Super Mario Brothers 2 ends. Oh, spoilers. Sorry about that. But Spider-Man 2's been out forever. I mean, not Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Brothers 2. My bad. I meant Super Mario Brothers 2. Spider-Man 2 doesn't end that way. It ends differently. Let's see. Kane, Iron Man, Captain America are big main ones that might die. Yeah, plus the actors are no longer... I think both actors are done with the MCU now. I think they're both like... This is their swan songs. So it would make sense to just take them out. There has to be some sacrifices, I think. I don't think everybody gets a happy ending, right? No, not everybody. Especially when it comes to hero stories and tragic heroes and redemption arcs. So I feel like, at the very least... Probably Captain America and Iron Man will probably make the ultimate sacrifices. And I think everybody will be brought back. Black Panther is going to be brought back, obviously, because of the popularity of Black Panther. See, Doctor Strange is going to come back because they're already working on a new Doctor Strange movie. So they're both coming back. And it's possible that Doctor Strange didn't actually die either. Some people say that he's actually, like hit himself in the quantum realm or something, and that was just a body double or some shit. So, we don't know. See, Killer Potato, my coworker told me that he thinks Bucky is supposed to take over for Captain America. It's possible. I mean, I think there have been several people that have donned the persona of Captain America, just like with, let's see, what's her name, possibly becoming the next Hawkeye. There's also the rumor that OG Hawkeye might go down. So, that might be the thing as well. But Riley, yeah, I think Doctor Strange is going to come back. Of course. Of course I think. Doctor Strange is awesome. Of course, Benedict Cumberbatch is fantastic. See, Kane, I wonder if Spidey gets the black suit to help defeat Thanos. Well, come on. Come on, Kane. You know that's not happening. Because of how Infinity War ends. I'm just saying. See, I'm assuming people have watched Infinity War or know how it ends because we're talking Avengers Endgame here. But I do not like to unintentionally spoil people, but yeah. But the question is, do y'all think that Far From Home takes place after the events of Endgame, or do you think it's another prequel? Before it would have to be a prequel before Infinity War, though. So it'd have to be like a prequel. Yes, I think. But let's see. I know what happened. Vision didn't end so well for Vision, but they'll probably bring back Vision as well, Archangel. Then again, maybe he's one of the ones that's sacrificed in order to stop Thanos. Let's see. Riley Strange is my favorite. I say he is one of my favorites. I do like him, and that's probably a big reason why Benedict agreed to be Doctor Strange, just because of that character. He probably really likes that character, and he definitely makes Doctor Strange his own. And I think for the most part, the actors and actresses that have been cast for these roles in the MCU, with a few exceptions, have done a really good job. And the audience and the fans believe, really feeling like that they are a good representation of these characters. Let's see, UG Outlaw, I'll be back. Okay, cool. Enjoy your dog walk. Hey, take mine for a walk while you're at it. Justin, I wonder who will keep the time stones after all is said and done. I feel like this the time stone will probably go back to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange will just put it somewhere safe, even safer than he had it before. Or else he'll just say, like, I can protect it. Let's see. Laugher's good. A bug will die in Endgame. No, not a bug. No. Okay, so go back. Before we move on to the next topic, I'll let you guys add to chat whatever you guys want to say about it before we move on. My thoughts is, I think if we go by the way Thanos was portrayed in Infinity War, that there is a possibility that he himself have regrets about what he did. Now, some people will be like, well, it was his entire plan to do this all along, to get all the stones and make half the people become dust in order to save the galaxy and the universe and everything. But it's one thing to plan on doing something, but after you do it and you see the consequences of your actions and the sacrifices that you personally had to make, it does make me wonder if maybe, just maybe, Thanos may in the end have a change of heart and realize he made a mistake, that his actions didn't make things better, that they actually made it worse. And he paid too heavy of a price in order to accomplish his goals. So it's possible, but then again, I doubt it. But it would be kind of cool if we saw Thanos become kind of like a tragic hero, because they did take him on kind of a hero's journey in Infinity War. So maybe in the end, he also helps undo what he did. And maybe there's like a Thanos v. Thanos fight. It'd be kind of weird, but anyways, I don't know if that's going to happen. This twisted game needs to be reset. Yeah, but the other question is, what do they do after Endgame? Like, some people were talking about Galacticus, bringing in Galacticus, and I know that they're acquiring a lot more characters, like X-Men, Fantastic Four, like in the merger or the takeover of Fox Studios by Disney. So they're probably going to reboot the X-Men. They're probably going to have a new Wolverine. Of course, how could anyone do better than Hugh Jackman? I guess we'll find out, right? Or Patrick Stewart as Professor X. But then again, what's his name's done a pretty good job as a younger Professor X. He's a good actor, too. Let's see, Archangel, it's pretty amazing how Thanos beat the hell out of Hulk. Yeah, it was. But I think that was the point they were making, is that's how strong Thanos was, that not even Hulk could take him down. Let's see, Justin, does anyone know how much went by from Infinity War to Endgame? Yeah, I think, Justin, there's going to be a jump. I don't know how long, maybe a year later. But it does feel like that the Avengers, like in the trailer, they talk about how everyone has tried to move on and accept defeat and accept that this is the way the world and the universe is now, and they just got to make the most of it and do what they can. But then there's some, obviously, specifically the Avengers, like Captain America and others, that do not accept it, and they want to try and undo what has been done. So some time appears to have passed. Whether or not there's multiple time jumps, I guess we'll find out when Endgame comes out. in April. Let's see. April 26th is when Avengers Endgame comes to theaters. And I probably won't go. I'm not going to go watch it opening night or opening weekend because I'm not like that. I can wait a few days. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably like catch the matinee the next week or some shit. Or maybe I'll just go to the matinee on Friday. Go to the Friday matinee. That way the next day I can talk about it. Spoiler free, of course, on the a future GB cast. So, yeah, I think that's a good segue to our next topic, which is Grand Theft Auto Online. Yay, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto Online. Okay, let me take a little thing here. See, Riley, let's hope Hulk gets to smash. Are you hoping he's going to smash Black Widow? Well, hopefully in non-Hulk form, right? All right, so the rumors are already swirling. Several other content creators have made videos about this, that we could be getting another update to Grand Theft Auto Online coming possibly in April. So this is where they tested down in the QA beta 2. And it was last updated 3 days ago. So traditionally, during the week, this thing's getting updated on a regular basis. And then once it stops updating, then that means that the next update is ready to be ready to go. So this is off the Steam database, steamdb.info, in case you're wondering. This is what a lot of people are going by right now. And so Rockstar on PC, this is where they beta test it. This is where they're testing the new content, whatever it happens to be for the April update. They're trying to get whatever bugs they can fixed, even though they obviously don't get all the bugs, because there's always bugs, no matter what. But they're currently, I guess they're working on the final stages of the next update for Grand Theft Auto Online via the QA Beta 2. And there's a lot of speculation out there that it's probably not going to come in March. So no March update, but there's a very real possibility that we'll be getting this update sometime in April. And I hope that it's not on the 28th because I'm going out of town that week to go visit my sisters. So it would be nice if I didn't miss the DLC whenever I happen to be out of town. So that's my plan. Anyways, I'll try to have content for you guys while I'm out of town. But anyways, let's go real quick to the chat once again, and we'll talk some more about this. Let's see. Riley. See, Super Sound Andreas, Super Sport, Muscle Car, Compact, Shenshine Series. Yes, it's going to be a long-ass title. And I want to know your speculation, guys. And I do have some... a general idea of what I think the next update is going to be based off some prior content that did not make it into Arena World. We'll talk about that in just a second. I see Kane, if it's a new DLC on the way, it won't be big. I most likely agree. Let's see, Gooey Gaming, a.k.a. Bagman. What's happening? There is rumor mills that we'll be getting a new update to Grand Theft Auto Online probably sometime in April. Rockstar's currently working on the update via their QA beta, which is kind of like a behind-the-scenes thing. It allows them to do check out the content, work on the content in their own, I guess, private servers. And they do that on PC, obviously, which makes sense. And once they have it ready to go, then what they have to do is they have to file it to both Sony and Microsoft. So it's not like they can, once they have say they get the update done Friday. So they get it done, they get everything they want put in the update, they get everything running as good as they think it's going to run Friday, and then they're able to drop it the next week. It doesn't work that way, because first they have to get it past quality assurance, because this is what QA stands for, quality assurance. So this is their own personal quality assurance, but they also have to get it certified through Microsoft and Sony, which could take a little bit of time. That usually takes between 1 or 2 weeks. And chances are for somebody, a bigger client like Rockstar, Sony and Microsoft are probably a lot more quicker to get to certifying their updates and making them official. And of course, money is exchanged. I think last time I checked, it was like Sony and Microsoft each got paid $50,000 like per update from any game that gets updated. So yeah, it's pretty decent money. And of course, with the shark cards and microtransactions, Rockstar will most definitely easily get that money back. But so don't look for this so-called update to arrive in March. I would say possibly in April is probably when we're going to get the next update to Grand Theft Auto Online. By the way, chat, if you have any ideas, theories, or what you would like to see in the next update, feel free and post it in the chat. Let's see, Kari, they usually say the big updates for summer. Yes, that's their MO. We basically are going by their track record over the past few years, because they usually put out a small update in the springtime, like the sequel to Lowriders, which wasn't very good. Then, let's see, the sequel to Cunning Stunts, and then last year, like Riley said, the Super San Andreas Super Sports Series, which is technically kind of sort of another sequel to Cunning Stunts. So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a big update or not. I mean, it may have a lot of like drip-fed content, because you know they're going to have day one stuff, right? They'll have day one content, but they're also going to have a lot of locked content that they will drip feed out over the next following months, like various cars, modes, other content probably. So that's how it works. And Dripocalypse 2019 will commence again in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's see, Riley, I wouldn't mind if they don't add anything and instead get rid of bugs, glitches, buff, and nerf vehicles. Yeah, it would be cool if they actually did like a quality of life update, which is something we talked about in the feedback video yesterday. And hopefully that's some of the most requested things that Rockstar is getting feedback-wise, is the want and need for them to fix a lot of the issues that the game has, and hopefully they'll be able to. Hopefully they're listening to us. I mean, why else go through the trouble of creating a new feedback page, even though it's basically a copy and paste of the Red Dead Online feedback page, and promote that if you're not serious about actually listening to what we have to say. At least compile it through, I guess, algorithms and say, okay, well, we have this percentage of feedback says they want this done, this percentage, you know, they would have it ranked, obviously. Let's see, Archangel, I think microtransactions are essential to keep these companies from going bankrupt. I don't think they're essential for keeping them from going bankrupt, but they do keep online games going. But there's obviously a right way and a wrong way to do microtransactions. And loot crates, in my opinion, is a wrong way. Let's see, Work, what's up, Work? It might be filler content. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of filler content in this update. There's going to be a lot of a variety of different new cars or designs. You know, just like the typical event week stuff that we've come to expect. A few drip feed cars here and there. And hopefully some interesting ones. Maybe some that... I know they have like a shit ton of cars in Grand Theft Auto Online already after, what, over 5 years now? But there's still plenty more cars out there. So hopefully they've been looking at what people have been wanting and requesting over and over again. And hopefully they're making versions of those vehicles to eventually release. So it'll be fascinating to see what they got. Hopefully no more broomsticks or any more wacky, silly vehicles. Yeah, right. Well, we're probably going to get more of those, unfortunately. Let's see, Gooey. Let's see, the next DLC will probably be a mini street race DLC, the big one, DLC. Oh, yeah, the Navy-themed DLC, I don't think this is going to be the Navy-themed DLC or the Ocean-themed DLC or a boat-themed DLC. I think that's going to be if that is what they're working on. I think that's probably, like Kari was saying, I think that's going to be their big summer update. I think that'll be the big thing in the summer in Grand Theft Auto Online is some sort of, like, Ocean Navy DLC. So I don't think this is going to be that, but I could be wrong. See, Riley, I hope they add more stuff day one than after hours. That launch was awful. I agree. What they need is they need a balance of things. I mean, give us a little bit more on day one, But at the same time, we've come to accept the fact that they're going to drip feed stuff out. It's just a reality. And for the most part, it's okay because it means that we can actually work on saving our money and we don't have to buy everything day one because a lot of people can't afford to buy all the new content that comes out day one. So that's another reason why I do kind of like the drip feeding method. Plus, obviously, it does keep people interested in the game, coming back every week or every 2 weeks for a new vehicle or a new weapon, etc. At least they're doing a better job with Grand Theft Auto Online than Red Dead Online currently. Drip feeding clothing and making it time limited. Come on, Rockstar. Let's see. See, Riley, make a good game and you wouldn't need microtransactions. Well, okay, so Red Dead Online obviously needs to be better, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is awesome. I mean, I know not everybody's into Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a fantastic game. Hopefully there'll be story DLCs that a lot of us will be happy to purchase, at least one. But I can kind of sort of understand why that they do microtransactions because, you know, it does cost money to make the content to keep the game, the online modes going. So I do kind of sort of understand it. But like I said a moment ago, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about implementing a microtransaction system in an online multiplayer game. Let's see. Archangel, maybe they'll add something to the nightclub DLC. Traditionally, they rarely do that when it comes to a new property. Like, they don't really go back to, like, the bunker and update the bunker or the hangar, even though I think that they should add a new hangar like Riley and I were talking about the other night, which is why I included that in the feedback video, because just like with garage space, a lot of flyers in the game have run out of hangar space. So I do think that they should at least allow people to purchase a second hangar. But the case in point is they don't really go back to previous content. Like they haven't added any updates to the yachts. They haven't added any new color schemes to the yachts or any new interior options to the yachts. So I don't think that they're going to bother with going back to the nightclubs, to be honest. Let's see, Biketron. Please, no Navy DLC. Folks, we have enough warfare in Grand Theft Auto Online. Well, the thing is, Biketron, is you have to really ask the question, where can Rockstar go next with Grand Theft Auto Online? Over the past 5 years, they've done just about everything. And the largest, like, part of the map is the most unused part of the map, which is the ocean, which surrounds the entire map of southern San Andreas. I mean, people every now and then, for fun, will jump on a boat or a various other water vehicle, or just, you know, take the APC out, or the Aqua Blazer, or, you know, the Aqua Technical. What a weird vehicle that is. Sadly, not the weirdest in the game, but not that many people go out in the ocean. So that's the next logical step for Rockstar to take, is to come up with things to entice people to go out into the water. And it does make sense. Plus, there's been plenty of leaks that have come out over the past year, I think, regarding the very real possibility of a naval DLC being in the works. Hopefully it'll be good, though. And it probably won't just have boats. It'll probably have other stuff, like Riley just said. Naval DLC. She wants some, like, new fighter jets, which would make sense for a naval DLC, like an F-18 Super Hornet or a Vito version of the F-35. That would be perfect. Or maybe like an F-14. I know the F-14s are now defunct and retired in the U.S. Navy and most militaries in the world, with a few exceptions. But that's an iconic fighter jet. And a lot of people, when they think of the Top Gun movie with Tom Cruise, by the way, they're working on a sequel, Top Gun Maverick. A lot of people think of the Navy, and, you know, the F-14 Tomcat comes up. So it may not just be boats. It may also be some new, like, aircraft that come into the game along with a naval update. But I also realize that the majority of the fans of Grand Theft Auto Online are not exactly into aircraft. But some of us are. All right, let's go back to chat. A surfing DLC. Yeah, Kari, that's a good idea. We all get surfboards and we can customize them. We can learn how to surf. That'd be kind of interesting if they actually did that and it actually was decent. Let's see. Gooey, let's see. I'm fine with futuristic vehicles. If there's a movie themed or 80s or something. Let's see. Kane, let's hope they don't repeat After Hours or Red Dead Online update 1.06, hopefully. We can always hope that they learn from their mistakes. Archangel, there's so many ideas. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ideas, but a lot of the ideas, I don't know, without some sort of expansion or like an update, like a new map, like a North Yankton map or the addition of a Liberty City map, I feel like it's becoming a lot more difficult for them to come up with ideas for future installments. Let's see. Steffi. What's up, Steffi? Oh, I'd love a cigar boats for smuggling missions. That'd be kind of cool. That's a good idea, Steffi. Let's see. Biketron. Oh, you're talking to Kane. I usually ignore it when people talk to each other. Hey, you only talk to me. I'm just kidding. Let's see. GUI Gaming. If there's a naval DLC, it should have an oil. See, some people are speculating that maybe that'll be like the new base of operations, that they'll put oil rigs out like on the outer edges of the map, like surrounding southern San Andreas, similar to how they added like the bunkers and they added the facilities. So some people are speculating that that's what they're going to do. They're just going to have these like oil rigs like popped up all around the map. And that would make sense. And that would be a cool place for the base of operations where you go in. You would have the ability to customize the interior and do all these sorts of things. And that would be a new like place for whatever the business is going to be with the quote-unquote naval DLC coming out in the future. Let's see. There goes Kane again wanting a Mafia DLC. Some things never change. Let's see. Kari, let's see an aircraft carrier. Yeah, a lot of people really want aircraft carrier DLC. Welcome back, UG Outlaw. Hope the dog walk went good. We're talking about the rumors and speculation regarding the April DLC. Now, for the record, I know we're talking about a naval DLC, but I don't think the naval DLC is going to be the April update. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm just reading what you guys would say in the chat. So the only thing left will be submarines with ICBMs. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to add ICBMs in Grand Theft Auto Online. You know, having nukes in Fallout 76 hasn't gone very well. Last time I checked, anyways. See, Archangel, we need something, anything on the water. Riley, Oppressor Mark III is a jet ski version. Yeah, there we go. Yay. Let's see. Kari, if they really want people to stick with the naval DLC, they need to make it profitable. Yeah, it doesn't need to be another Smuggler's Run. We'll see. We'll see. See, Steffi, let's see. The ICBM will be the new orbital cannon. Oh, that's great. Let's give them that idea. A new griefer toy. See, that would not surprise me. Like a more powerful orbital cannon, but instead of taking out one person, the ICBM takes out everybody that's in a certain radius. Rockstar, please don't do that. Please don't. We hate the orbital cannon enough. You know, that's just what we need. Another griefer's toy. B, what's up, B? How you been? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the GB Cast. We're talking about Grand Theft Auto Online. April rumors. We talked about Avengers Endgame already. So, in case anyone's wondering, we've moved on to Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's see, Kane. I recently went back and played the game called Payday 2. The game had casino heists. I think Rockstar could... Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility that eventually they'll find some sort of use for the casino in Grand Theft Auto Online because, obviously, because of gambling laws. Well, online gambling laws, they can't bring gambling into Grand Theft Auto Online. Like, I know a lot of us have been wanting that over the years, like the ability to play the slot machines, poker, the roulette table, blackjack. But since there's only technically one currency in Grand Theft Auto Online, and whatever you purchase through shark cards, that money goes into your Maze bank account, that kind of makes it difficult to get around the online gambling laws that various countries have. But that's one reason why I believe that we have two different currencies in Red Dead Online, so that whenever they do, and I do believe that they're going to add the mini games from Red Dead Redemption 2 to Red Dead Online sooner rather than later, Rockstar, hopefully. So, like in Red Dead Online, when we get poker, blackjack, dominoes, five-finger fillet, maybe some others, like a lot of people really want to bring back Liar's Dice, those can be played with the in-game cash as opposed to gold pieces or gold nuggets, whatever you call them. That way, the only money you're using and you're gambling with and you're losing in Red Dead Online when it comes to quote-unquote gambling is the in-game cash and no real money. So that's how I think they're going to get around it in Red Dead Online. But unfortunately, they don't really have that luxury in Grand Theft Auto Online unless they create a new currency specifically for the casino. But hopefully one day they'll find some sort of purpose for the casino. Hopefully. Let's see, GUI. I hope they. I would love to have a hovercraft like from San Andreas. Yeah, that'd be cool if they added that. Let's see, UGL also wants a Mafia DLC. A lot of people would like to have one. We do have some, obviously, like the St. Valentine's Massacre update years ago added a lot of 1930s themed stuff. And I know it's not just content you guys want. You want to, do some other mafioso things too, but like more 1920s, 1930s, even maybe 1940s vehicles. Some more weapons from that era, like the BAR would be really cool, or a weaponized duster. That'd be kind of sweet with guns on it and the ability to drop bombs. So I know what you guys are talking about, but yeah, a Mafia update would be sweet. Even though we do have some Mafia stuff already, technically. Let's see, Archangel. I just thought about something. A speedboat with rockets, miniguns. That seems a little crazy. I mean, I would like a PT boat. Now, instead of it being a PT boat, they should call it a TP boat. And it would have the ability to, it would be armored. It would be kind of fast. You could have several people on it. You could fire, shoot torpedoes with it. And you could also have, a minigun on it for somebody to man. So that'd be kind of cool if they had that. See, Biketron, this is what we're talking about, the naval deal. See, aircraft carriers. What are we going to do with aircraft carriers if a yacht is $2 million? Yeah. I mean, I always wanted them to just, at the very least, add the aircraft carrier from one of the heists in the game in free roam as a new military base that was restricted that you could go to and steal hydras from and just goof off at. Just land and get into a fight with the various naval personnel aboard that aircraft carrier. Let's see, Steffi, you can't cash out Grand Theft Auto dollars. Yeah, there's some issues when it comes to trying to put online gambling into Grand Theft Auto Online, so I don't think it's ever going to happen, sadly. But they could implement the casino for something else, like what Kane has been talking about, some sort of future heist in the game. Let's see, Riley, I've been obliterated 1,134 times. Yes, she has written that down. She told me that numerous occasions. Every time she gets obliterated, she writes it down. Let's see, Gooey has been obliterated twice. I've only been obliterated a few times, and that's because, for the most part, I try to stay out of the public lobbies, unless I absolutely have to go into a public lobby, as most of you know. Let's see, Karia, dating DLC. Why do I don't want to really a dating DLC? Where did you get that silly idea? I don't know how that would work, and part of me doesn't want to know. Let's see, Biketron, Casino. The highest I can see, but outside of that, yeah, it sucks that we don't have those mini games. But like I said, there is those pesky online gambling laws that Rockstar would have to deal with. Let's see, Riley, that's what you get when you fly a jet and noobs can't take you down. Oh, I see. See, a Stein rifle. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, Kane. Let's see, a Blazer Aqua Mark II. See, no cop. But Biotron, there's a lot of people out there that want a Coppers type DLC, though. You're in the minority on this, dude, because a lot of people want the ability to be a cop for some reason. Or at the very least, kind of a dirty cop. I just want the FIB Buffalo. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask, Rockstar? Let's see, UG Outlaw. Here's a crazy idea, Miami Vice. I don't think so, UG Outlaw, because a Miami Vice DLC would be more apropos, say, if they ever were to add, bring back Vice City and say Grand Theft Auto 6, hopefully. So they would probably save that for, Grand Theft Auto 6 if we are hopefully going back to Vice City. We better be. It just makes too much sense whenever that happens. I'm sure somewhere around 2030 we'll be able to go back to finally Grand Theft Auto 6. See, Archangel, something like a submarine mission. Well, we already have a submarine mission in the Doomsday Heist. Yeah, exactly, Gooey. Yeah, been there, done that. I don't think we're going to have the ability to purchase submarines. I don't think we're going to have the ability to purchase aircraft carriers either. They may add the aircraft carrier to free roam like I was talking about. But I think for our property, I think it's going to be like oil derricks or something. Like abandoned oil derricks that you can turn to a secret base. I think that's what it'll probably be. That's just my theory. Let's see. Emergency vehicle DLC. Yeah. Dirty cops eat dirty donuts. No. All cops eat the best donuts that they could ever get their hands on. Let's see. Black Sparrow wants a riot lobby DLC. Well, just go into public lobbies then, Black Sparrow. There's a riot in almost every public lobby with people flying around blowing each other up. You're welcome. See, Steffi, vigilante missions. Oh, like the OG vigilante missions where you could actually be a hero and take out bad guys and get a little reward from the police. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. All right, so let's talk about what I think is going to happen in April. See, you can't go from Mastermind Challenge to smuggling. But Biketron, the point, Biketron, is that the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do in Grand Theft Auto Online. That's the point. That's the point. Is that this game is a video game and people want to do various things in the game, whether it's running a nightclub or having your own biker club or, you know, going out and lowriders or being kind of an anti-hero in Doomsday Heist or a bank robber in the regular heists. So that's the fun thing about the online mode. They add these different modes and they allow you to go in whatever direction you want to be, whether you want to be a fighter pilot with the fighter aircraft or you want to just go into the arena war, you know, and do some sort of gladiatorial shit. So, I mean, the more variety, the better. So that's the way I look at it. An insurance salesman DLC. Now, you're not even trying, Kari. You're not even trying, dude. What the hell? First a dating DLC, now an insurance salesman DLC? Come on. I expect better. All right, go ahead. Base of operations and naval DLC should be underwater. A secret underwater base. See, it's possible. Okay, so imagine this. Say like the oil derrick at the top. No, Kane, we're not going to have a Fortnite DLC. I should put you in a timeout for that. You do it again, you're going in timeout. That's your warning. No. All right, so I can imagine it like this. Okay, so say at the top, right? At the top is the oil derrick, right? And then you get in the oil derrick, and then it takes you down to there's like a cutscene that takes you down to like the bottom of the seafloor where there's the base, right? And that's where your base actually is. So maybe something like that. So maybe that's how you have like a secret underwater base, but you have some stuff you can do up here on the oil derrick, but like everything else is down at the bottom. Like the Decepticons base and Transformers, the G1 series. Yeah, like that. Let's see. What about a mech suit? Mech suits would be interesting. That'd be kind of an interesting idea if they added like mech suits. I could see that happening, sadly. Let's see, Stephanie. I think the next small DLC. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Enough of the stupid ideas. No freaking Bethesda DLCs. This is Rockstar, not Bethesda. All right, so let's talk about the April DLC. Let's get a little bit more realistic. I don't think the naval DLC is coming till probably the summer. I think most people agree with that. But it's still fun to speculate about what may be coming in the naval DLC. All right. I'll come back to chat in a minute. All right, so if we go by what some people have been talking about, like in the GTA forums, as well as over here with Fun NW2, the fact that there is cut content that he does point out, and I think he does a better job in the GTA forums. But this was an interesting poll. When will the next update release? Several people think it's still coming in late March. I don't know. I think it's going to come in April. I think it's not going to be till probably early April that we get the small update. And I think it's going to be a small spring update. This is once again according to GTA forums. Most of you know about GTA forums. What will the theme be? 25% say Arena Wars Part 2. I feel like that could be I feel like that may be it. And we'll talk about why in a second. A stunt racing update got 21%. Buy a new property, unlock a new mission update, 8.5%. A naval update is 7%. So yeah, once again, I feel like the naval update most likely, if there is one, probably won't be coming until later this year. Another random theme update. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest right now. I would like for the update, even if it's a small spring update, to be just something different that we don't even see coming, a surprise. But I feel like it's probably going to be like Arena War 2. At least that's my opinion about it. Let's see what the general reaction will be. Wow, this is amazing. 4%. This is stupid and it sucks. 12.8%. I waited all this time for this. 25%. Well, at least they included some good vehicles again. 57%. So that's kind of optimistic. That's kind of optimistic from the GTA forum. So I'll give them that much. All right, so FundNW2 had a much longer list than on Twitter, I think. So let's see, where was his? Okay, here it is. All right. See, reveal hidden content. Okay, so yeah, this is let's see, what was he talking about? Scripts. Okay, he was talking about this is the proof he provided regarding several of the vehicles. And all right, so the cut content that Fun W2 posted on Twitter and in the GTA forum, pretty much I think all but maybe or maybe not confirms what the next update will probably be, because this was supposed to originally be an Arena War, but they held it back, and I think they held it back intentionally because they're going to continue to add to the Arena War, at least with one more update, similar to how they did with Lowriders, where they did, what, custom classics, and like with Cunning Stunts, they did like the special vehicle circuit. Then technically you could consider the San Andreas Super Sports Series to be part of that, I guess. So I think it's going to be a sequel to Arena War. That's my theory, but if you guys disagree, we'll go back to chat in a second. We'll see what you guys honestly think the April DLC will be, or what you would like it to be. And no, not Naval. We already talked about Naval. And Kari, better ideas, please. Let's see. More cut vehicles from Arena War. Included the Manchaz, the Tempesta, Dominator Pisswasser, the Dominator GTX. Hopefully they fix the handling flags, hopefully. See, added to the list, we already have the Peyote, the Cognoscetti 3, the Vamos 2, a Death-Proof Vamos, which needs some work on it. And he did post some photos, like the Manchaz here. And then, of course, the Tempesta is probably one of the more interesting ideas for like an Arena War version of the Tempesta. And, of course, the Dominator GTX, an Arena War version of that. So yeah, that would be enticing. The next Arena War update would just feature more vehicles, more modes. Like, once again, the Manchaz, Tempesta, some variations of the Dominator Pisswasser, Dominator GTX, the Peyote, Cognoscetti, along with a Death-Proof Vamos. So that's what we know is cut content. So we pretty much know that that's cut content from Arena War. And I don't think Rockstar is going to let that cut content go to waste. And chances are we're probably going to see that real soon. So we'll go back to chat real quick. All right, chat, let's see. What do you guys think? Let's see. Kari, wouldn't be surprised if it was a continuation of Arena Wars. Yeah, exactly. Like Fun MW2 makes a very good point that, you know, they're not going to let this content go to waste. So I think don't be too surprised if it's like Arena War 2. Or Arena War something something. Or Arena War Spring Edition. Or I don't know. Let's see. Biketron, it'd be nice to receive if we received mansions. That would really fit into the theme of the game. I always felt like that maybe one day we will get mansions. And maybe it's just something Rockstar has been working on behind the scenes for a long time. Because I think that they had been working on the updated interior to the Maze Bank Arena for a while. Because we got a lot of like leaked interior, early 3D res stuff for it early on, like years ago. So I think that Arena War had been like something they had been working on behind the scenes for quite a while now. And if they are ever going to add mansions, I'm sure that that's something they've also been like brainstorming and like coming up with ideas. Okay, what can we add to the mansions to make them enticing? Which mansions are we going to use? What are the price tags going to be? What are you going to be able to do with the mansions? Are you going to have like underground like 20-car garages? Because there is a leaked garage interior that never saw the light of day, and several people speculated that that might be the interior that they eventually use for a mansion garage. So that's a possibility. So I mean, there's always these things that they could be working on behind the scenes that they may or may not use in the future, similar to the early like stuff that we found regarding the casino, because there was a lot of stuff like NPCs that clearly looked like they were designed to work inside of a casino. I think there was some like interiors as well, at least early res interiors. So it wouldn't surprise me if we one day maybe get the mansions. Maybe, but they just have to justify us wanting to buy those mansions instead of just buying a mansion for the sake of having a mansion. I'm sure a lot of people will do that because people bought the damn Luxor Deluxe and the Swift Deluxe, even though kind of a waste of money. they bought it for the sake of buying it, right? Like, hey, I got money. I want a gold jet. I want a gold helicopter. I want to be able to drink champagne in my helicopter or my jet. Okay, I'll drop $5 to $10 million, sure. Are the yachts another prime example? So there's always people in the game that got so much money that they're willing to buy ridiculous things like, Luxor Deluxes and Swift Deluxes and yachts and somewhere down the road mansions. All right, so let's see. Gooey, mini redneck filler DLC. Let's see. Lee's been talking about how he wants like lift kits on some of the vehicles, like for like some of the off-road vehicles. So maybe an off-road type update is not out of the realm of possibility. Let's see. Stephanie Stephanie says probably a stunt or street racing DLC, like new import-export type deal. Possibly. I mean, anything's possible. Let's see. Kari, I'd rather they give the peyote to Benny's. You know, I would like for them to just... This is something I've said a few times. And they just quickly abandon something after they're done with it. It would have been nice if, like, at least one vehicle per update was a Benny's vehicle. And they would just continue to, like, add a lowrider here and there. Or a customizable, like a really, really customizable sports car or supercar or a muscle car. If they would have just done that, at least one car. Every update, one car is the Benny's vehicle. And that would be kind of cool if they would have done that. But they just like with everything, they just abandon shit. Like, sorry, Benny's. Ripperonis. Let's see, Riley, a superheroes DLC, like Saints Row 4. That's a good idea. Something Avengers themed, since we do have Avengers coming out in April. I doubt it's going to be that, though. I could be wrong, though. Let's see, Black Sparrow, there should be an arena war that involves melee and sharks of laser beams. Maybe you'll get your sharks of laser beams in the naval DLC. Let's see, Kane, Arena War Part 2, our new racing DLC. I prefer Arena War Part 2 because despite how I feel about the update, I liked a lot of the cars in the update. So I feel like they're, at the very least, I think that they're not going to waste this content we just went over. And that's probably what we're going to see in the next update. I think it will be arena themed. There'll be regular vehicles as well and regular content that they'll drip feed. But I think the theme of the update will be like a new season to Arena War. Or Season 2, or whatever the hell they're going to call it. Because Arena War is like, the way it's said, it's kind of like a reality TV show, isn't it? Kind of like a reality sports show. So they could theoretically call this one Arena War Season 2. So maybe that's how they'll do it. Whether or not they actually continue to update Arena War, I seriously doubt. Especially if people just, like Arena War 2 just doesn't go over so well. Then they'll abandon it just like they've abandoned everything else they do. Let's see, Gui, we're not talking about any more naval DLC stuff. We talked enough about naval DLCs. Let's see, Archangel. The only thing I think that the mansions, let's see, mansions, yay. Let's see, Biketron. Let's see, to be real, those mansions should have been added years ago. But I mean, Biketron, you make that assumption, but at the same time, we don't know how much effort it takes to build the interior of the mansions or what goes into that. So, yeah. Do you feel it? What do I feel? I don't feel anything anymore, Gooey. I feel nothing. Nothing. I'll see you, Outlaw. Sadly, I must leave. Okay. I will see you later. You have a good dinner with the wife. Have a good time, you and the missus. Well, the future wife. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a Mortal Kombat 11 stream later. Probably a few hours from now. Because the stress test is going on this weekend, and I happened to get a code. I don't know why they gave me... I mean, I did sign up for it. But why they gave me a code, I don't know. Maybe they gave everybody a code that signed up. I don't know. But I might as well, use it or lose it. So I might as well do it. Later on this afternoon or this evening, we'll come back with a double-header stream. And we will... watch me get my ass beat in the Mortal Kombat 11 stress test, and I'll get really salty, probably. Maybe I'll win a match or two. That'd be awesome. See, Biketron, there you go. How about a Shady Real Estate, the DLC? See, Steffi, they don't add Bennies because of the dupes. That's a possibility. Maybe they just couldn't fix that issue. I don't know. Sikari, how about a Fight Club DLC where you run a Fight Club during matches? You get expanded melee attack abilities. I don't know if they actually would go through the trouble of improving the melee. Melee has always been one of the issues in most Rockstar games. I say with the exception of Warriors, but even Warriors has its own problems, as you all may have known in my last live stream of Warriors. It had some issues too, but generally the melee was pretty decent in the Warriors. But melee has always been kind of a weak point for Rockstar for some reason when it comes to their games. Let's see, George. Hello, George. Let's see, a mission pack DLC, 50, 100 new missions, survivals, things like that. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, sadly, but it would be cool if they added some new stuff. Like, I would love more PvE stuff, like contact missions, heists, as well as survival modes. At the very least, like I mentioned in yesterday's feedback video, the ability to have a survival creator so we could create our own survivals. Since we only got, like, I think 7 total. That's right, only 7 survivals over the past 5 years. And last survival we got was years ago. So at the very least, a survival creator, which is something I've been asking for forever. We'll never get it, but it would be nice if we got something like that so we could make our own survivals. It'd be awesome. Let's see, Riley, I feel that Mending was abandoned due to the car dupes. Yeah, I think several people have mentioned that, you, Stephanie, and others. Let's see, didn't Grand Theft Auto 4 have good fight physics? And Black Sparrow Bully had good melee. Well, yeah, they were okay. They were okay, but they could always be better. They could always be worse, too, but I would say they're better than what we had in the 3D Grand Theft Autos. The 3D Grand Theft Auto melees were terrible. Bullies were okay. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4's was alright, I think. But, yeah, I guess we would see how it goes when it comes to the various updates. So, anyways, that's what's happening. I think the next update is not coming in March. I think the evidence that we've gone over pretty much confirms that. Once again, I'll show that to you guys before we go. First off, the fact that, according to the Steam DB page, that Rockstar is still working on the QA beta. This is where they test the new updates and the new content that's coming in future updates to Grand Theft Auto Online. It was updated 3 days ago, but it is currently the weekend, and it wouldn't surprise me if come Monday you see another update. So they update this on a regular basis whenever they're working on a DLC. When they stop updating it, and it's been like several days since they last updated it, that usually means that we're probably close to another update in the game. And like I said, once again, just because, let's just say next week they get it ready to go, right? They get it ready to go, say Friday. It doesn't mean that we're going to get that update the following week, because it has to first and foremost go through Microsoft, and it has to go through Sony. And they have to certify it, which can take a week or two. And, of course, money has to be exchanged. Like I said earlier, I think it's at least, like, I think Rockstar or Take-Two has to pay Sony and Microsoft like $50,000 each for the to get the updates put up on the like the Xbox Live and up on PlayStation Network, as well as being certified. And so I feel like that maybe the first or second week in April is probably when we can expect, hopefully at the earliest, the next update to Grand Theft Auto Online. And just like Fun on W2 pointed out with the cut content from the first Arena War, the Manches, Tempesta, Arena War variants of them, as well as Arena War variants of the Dominator Pisswasser, Dominator GTX, the Peyote, Cognoscetti, the Deathproof Vamos. I feel like Arena War 2, or Arena War Season 2, is what we're most likely going to get. So, final thoughts about this before we move on to the third topic. Let's see. Steffi, I'm surprised we get so many updates. It costs them so much money. Well, yeah, I mean, $50,000 is a lot of money. And you could say, well, let's add that, double it to $100,000. If that's correct, I think that is correct. So in the end, they have to, for each update, they have to pay $100,000. 50 to Sony, 50 to Microsoft. I think that's still the number. I could be wrong about that. But they probably get way more than that back in microtransactions through the Shark card. So, like, it's a very small investment giving Sony and Microsoft that money. They probably get way more on their return. Even if the DLC isn't necessarily a hit, enough people around the world that play the game that buy the shark cards, especially the whales. You know, probably more than make up for that $50,000 to $100,000. But anyway, so I don't know how expensive this update's going to be. See, Kane says maybe $50-60 million in game currency. Maybe. It could be. Let's see, Biketron, if these cats can grift in the underground facilities, atomic cannons, dropping hydrogen bombs. I don't want that crap in the game. No ICBMs. No, the orbital cannon shouldn't even be in the game. It's a freaking griefer's joy toy. No thanks. But I'm sure like I said, I'm sure we'll eventually get mansions somewhere down the road. Because it's one of those things that fans have been requesting forever from Rockstar. In fact, I did a mansion rant years ago. And I think that it's just one of those things on their list, the to-do list. And like I said, it's very possible that they've been working on mansions behind the scenes. It's just one of their little side projects. And sooner or later, when the time comes, they'll give us a mansions update. Or they'll give us an update that also involves the mansions. And I'm sure the mansions won't be cheap. Okay, so I think we've covered this one pretty well. Let us move on to some more comics fun. Let's talk about the return of James Gunn. He's coming back to Guardians of the Galaxy for Volume 3. So we'll read this article from IGN real quick. I know there's a bazillion other articles out there. We'll just stick with IGN, for better or worse. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, a like would be very much appreciated. And we are attempting to continue doing the GBcast every Saturday. I really enjoy doing these streams with you guys. I enjoy interacting with all of you in the chat. And we do have a room specifically for the GBcast in our awesome Discord. If one of our mods could post the Discord, that would be great. And you are always welcome to, after the GBcast, talk about the things we discussed in the GBcast, as well as leading up to the next weekend's GBcast, some suggestions of what you would like me to cover and go over in future GBcasts. FYI. Okay, so this from IGN, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, James Gunn back as director. Gunn will direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 after he completes Suicide Squad 2. You know what I'm really excited about regarding James Gunn is Brightburn. Have you guys seen Brightburn? I know this is going off topic real quick, but I don't care. Brightburn is going to be another movie that's coming out soon, I think. Where is it? I don't want to play the trailer, but it's really cool. All right, so anyways, there's Brightburn. And it's basically like a spin on Superman or Superboy. So you have this family, and you have this spacecraft fall to Earth, and inside the spacecraft, the typical story, you have this baby boy. And this couple, husband and wife, decides to adopt the child. But it doesn't go the same way it does in Superman. And obviously this is a different spin. It's not Superman, but it's obviously borrowing elements from Superman. And I think, let's see, Brightburn is coming to theaters in May. So I'm actually excited about this film. It has kind of like a horror twist. Kind of like, as one of my friends mentioned yesterday when I went to lunch, we talked about Brightburn a little bit, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of like The Omen. Kind of like The Omen and Superboy combined. And basically, he is teased and ridiculed by classmates, but he starts to discover that he has these superpowers, and for whatever rhyme or reason, he just goes bad. Now, from the trailers, and by the way, you can go and put Brightburn in the YouTubes and go watch the trailers yourself if you want to. But from the trailers, it really feels like that the parents are doing a decent job of trying to raise him. But it's because of the fact that he's actually an alien and he has these superpowers similar to Superman in some ways. And the fact he is, even though he looks human, he's obviously not human. but it's like Superboy gone wrong. And so he starts doing a lot of really evil, scary shit. And it does make you wonder, like, well, what would happen if from an early age, you know, Superboy decided, well, before he becomes Superman. I know there's a superhero character called Superboy. I know that. But let's just say, like, Clark Kent, Kal-El, when he was a boy, was the first Superboy. And say this version of Superboy, or whatever his actual name is in this spin-off. Well, not, it's kind of like I said, it has nothing to do with the DC films. This is not Kal-El. This is not Superman. But you can tell that there's several elements borrowed. But it would be kind of fascinating to see what would happen if he went bad. If he wasn't a good boy. If he had issues. And obviously, this kid has issues. So I'm really interested in Brightburn. Which obviously, I think James Gunn and his brother are, I think they wrote and directed. I think they were involved in it. So I'm definitely checking out that movie coming out in May. All right, so back on topic. IGN, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, James Gunn back as director. James Gunn has been reinstated as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He was fired following Twitter's scandal last summer. IGN reports that IGN can confirm Gunn will direct the project after he concludes his work on Warner Brothers' Suicide Squad 2. So there's a lot of things for us to talk about here, which he also slated to write and direct. Gunn has since taken to Twitter to respond to the news, and I'll go ahead and we'll read his response. And this is also an IGN article. So let's just go down to what he had to say on Twitter. From James Gunn, official on Twitter. I am tremendously grateful to every person out there who has supported me over the past few months. I'm always learned and will continue to work at being the best human being I can be. I deeply appreciate Disney's decision, and I'm excited to continue making films that investigate the ties that love and bind us all. I have been and continue to be incredibly humbled by your love and support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Love to you all. So that's really cool. And for the most part, it seems like everyone is happy with this decision by Disney to reinstate James Gunn to the MCU as the director, and I think one of the writers, or the writer, of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. A lot of people love the first two Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the first one better. The second one was okay, but there was definitely a lot of rehashing, a lot of elements that I felt like they just recycled in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. But some people like one more than the other, but if I have to pick, I like the first one better. But they're both good, though. So anyways, yeah, he was originally fired, let's see, on July 20th last year, following resurfacing of controversial tweets he made about topics such as rape and pedophilia, primarily during the years of 2008-2009. So this was a long time ago when he made those offensive tweets. Let's see, at the time, Horn, which is, I think, one of the suits at Disney that fired him. And he said, the offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James's Twitter feed are indefensible and inconsistent with our studio's values. We have severed our business relationship with him. So, yeah, I guess he's been forgiven. And you know something? Yeah, I mean, the things he said, I'm not going to post what he said. I think that would be in bad taste to do so. Yeah, they were spicy. They were a little offensive. But at the same time, we're getting so offended by every little thing now. And look, it would be one thing if he was caught with, say, some child porn, or worse, an actual pedophile, which he's not. But to make a few jokes, a few spicy jokes that are offensive in nature. Yeah, I mean, I think we just... And this was like a decade ago. I mean, he was younger. He was dumber. Okay? I mean, who hasn't said something offensive or made a joke that was offensive? I mean, it's like the old, saying, he or she without sin cast the stone. We all have the sin. We all have said something or made a joke that was somewhat offensive in nature to varying degrees. And as a culture, we've become too offended. And there are definitely things that we need to be offended by, like intolerance, injustices, racism, sexism, all the other isms. But at the same time, can we have a sense of humor still? Can we? And can we forgive when somebody makes a little oopsie, makes a little offensive joke, or accidentally says something offensive? It happens. We're flawed. We make mistakes. And sometimes when people say something, it's in the heat of the moment, and they're just angry and salty as hell and rage-induced. Or they were having a very bad day or a bad week, and just something inappropriate comes out. It happens. So anyways, let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see, where are we? Let's see. Yeah, okay, we just talked about that. Let's see. No, the joke, it wasn't made up. He actually did tweet out those jokes over a decade ago. We're not, like I said, once again, we're not going to talk about the jokes per se. But they were offensive. They were offensive. Let's see. Later, Gooey. Thanks for stopping by. See, Black Sparrow, no forgiveness 2019. That just seems to be the case nowadays. You know, from like Roseanne to James Gunn to like Kevin Hart, for example. I mean, and look, I have strict rules as well in my Discord and the live streams and in the comment section. I do. But I try to temper that. Like, people have a right to cuss. Like, whenever someone says something like that's racially offensive. Like the other day, when we had that tragedy that occurred in New Zealand, right? That monster that killed nearly 50 people in a mosque in Christchurch, New Zealand, which I think affected all of us. You know, a lot of us at least have some feelings, right? The idea that innocent people were murdered by this monster because he wanted to cause a culture war. He wanted to make it heat up and escalate even further. And I posted a tweet about it, and most of you know that. My thoughts regarding the issue. I put it everywhere, as I usually do on the social medias. And within a few minutes of me posting it in the community tab, you know, somebody posted a very offensive comment. And you know what? I blocked their ass. I'm like, fuck you. I don't have a place in the GeauxBurns Nation, in my community, for hate. Okay? We have rights to opinions and views, but I don't care for hatred. I don't care for that shit. We're all human beings, except for me. I'm clearly not. I'm from Mars. But I'm just kidding. But the point is, we all make mistakes. And Gunn deserved some redemption based on some inappropriate jokes he made over a decade ago. And there's just too many witch hunts going on. Too many. And like, prime example, the Me Too movement. Yes, the Me Too movement has done some good things, like exposing Weinstein and some other scumbags for what they've been doing over the years. And I'm glad that that's occurred. But it went from doing something good to deeming everybody guilty before proven innocent and witch hunting everyone. Like two prime examples. Most recently, it turned out that Johnny Depp wasn't exactly the bad guy that everyone made him out to be. So let's type in that. Might as well bring that up since we're segueing away from James Gunn. Well, I mean, it kind of ties in. Let's see. Where is it? There were some articles about it. I'm sure some of you have heard about it. Was the victim. So there seems to be growing evidence that's been compiled that Johnny Depp was actually the victim. Yeah, the Daily Wire. Here it is. Okay, from the Daily Wire. All right, people believe that Johnny Depp was a domestic abuser. It turns out he may have been the victim. So apparently, once again, another prime example of somebody being fed to the wolves through a lynch mob online, social clubbing, guilty before proven innocent. Johnny Depp, similar to Chris Hardwick, nobody wanted to give him a chance. Say, hey, you know what? Let's see the evidence. Let's take a moment here. Okay, maybe it's true that Chris Hardwick did what his ex said he did, but let's see the evidence first. No, we're going to fire him. No, we're going to demonize him. No, we're going to call him all sorts of horrible things, and turns out wasn't true. The same thing goes with Johnny Depp. Apparently, allegedly. See, people jump to believe that Johnny Depp was a domestic abuser after his ex-wife, actress Amber Heard, made accusations in 2016 as the couple was divorcing. Depp is now suing Heard for $50 million, claiming that he was the actual victim of the domestic abuse relationship. And there's several eyewitness accounts, a lot of information that has come out. That's muted, okay. But reality is, it seems like Johnny Depp was the victim. In fact, I think she threw a glass at him or some shit, and it actually, seriously damaged one of his fingers, and he nearly lost, the tip of one of his fingers, and he had to get it operated on, and, there's several witnesses, of numerous incidences that occurred during their marriage. And yet, everybody jumped on board with Johnny Depp being the perpetrator, the abuser, and Amber Heard being the victim, including Amber Heard. But turns out that may not have been true. And the same thing for Chris Hardwick. They did an actual third-party investigation. There were people that came out that knew Chris Hardwick, ex-girlfriends, including his own wife. I know it's, Stand By Your Man, and his mother-in-law. But plenty of people came out in Chris Hardwick's defense that actually knew the guy and said, look, I was with Chris, blah, blah, blah. They dated Chris Hardwick for several months or whatever. And he never once did anything like what was her name, Chloe, claimed he was doing. And yet they just threw him under the bus, guilty before proven innocent. So for one thing, I think that the issue here is whenever somebody does do something, yeah, that should be, brought to light. And the victim should, get some sort of justice for what was done to them. But at the same time, we have to remember that we should have some sort of jurisprudence. We should have some sort of process of investigation, of looking into the evidence, testimony, a paper trail through email, text messages, Twitter, etc., before we decide whether or not somebody is actually truly guilty or not. Because you've had several people in this witch hunt during the Me Too movement that turned out not to be guilty at all. But everyone else was so quick to assume the worst of these people. And look, there are some monsters out there that do horrible things to their spouses, male or female, straight or gay or whatever. And yeah, there's plenty of bad dudes out there, bad boyfriends, bad husbands. There's also plenty of bad girlfriends and bad wives out there. And sometimes it's not as simple as one being bad and one being good. Sometimes it takes two to tango. And maybe both did a little something to each other. That happens as well. Ideally, when you're in a relationship or a marriage, you hope to be with the right person. And you hope that for the most part, it goes well with a few disagreements, some ups and downs, for better or worse. But unfortunately, a lot of people do end up in bad relationships and horrible marriages. And, from my perspective, it makes me very glad that I'm single. Yes, it does. Let's see. Back to the chat. Let's see. Kane says, we all said fucked up shit at one point. If we lose the joys of small jokes, we'll be in 1984. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Black Sparrow, human culture from a Martian perspective. See, I forgot that I had the chat still up. I forgot to fix that. I do apologize, chat. Let's see. Kari, the thing that sucks is people who make these false accusations see no punishment of any sort. It's the people who get accused who are punished. Exactly. Exactly. It's very similar to what happens to content creators. It's not to the same degree, obviously. Nowhere near. But I'm going to do a comparison. Several of my streams over the years, or several of my videos and content, have been copyright claimed. Now, a lot of times it's a legitimate copyright claim because there happen to be a copyright song that played while I was doing, say, a Mafia 3 Let's Play, or like during Star Wars, when I've been doing Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. 2 of those videos got copyright claim because there's Star Wars music in it, and obviously Star Wars is copyrighted, owned by Lucasfilm and Disney. So clearly, those are justifiable copyright claims, unfortunately. Now, on occasion, I do get BS copyright claims from elements out there, third parties, that are just simply trying to steal whatever little ad revenue I make off these videos. And I'm a small-time YouTuber, and to be honest, I don't really make that much off the videos. Even like the videos that go viral, like I would say the big one was probably a GTA Event Week video a couple weeks ago. It has like 37,000 last time I checked. In the end, that's really only maybe a few dollars in my pocket. In other words, if you think that being a content creator is a good idea for a professional, lucrative career, it's not. It's something fun to do as a hobby and for fun, and maybe even a side job or a side project. But don't expect you to become the next big YouTuber. I mean, sometimes it happens, but for the most part, I still do this for fun. By the way, I do have Year 5 coming up on Wednesday. Year 5 of the channel is coming up on Wednesday. We can go ahead and segue into that as well, since we'll probably be wrapping up the stream in a few minutes. We'll go on for a little bit longer. If you guys have anything else you wish to bring up, feel free and do so in the chat. Yay, I'm still streaming. 9 viewers. Yay, thank you all 9 viewers who are here. All right, so anyways, you guys are awesome. Let's see, where do I want to go? You know what? I'll just pull up to Twitter. I'll just use that as my background thing. And the backgrounds, I switch it over. Yeah, Kane, the company that stole some of my tried to steal some of my ad revenue from my Ace Combat streams, that was fortunately reversed in my favor. So the dispute, I always for the most part, if I believe it's protected under fair use, I will dispute it, and most of the time I win, and I did win those disputes. So I did win those. I never told anybody that until now, but yeah, I won. Which is nice to win every now and then. Sometimes we win. Let's see, what's this comment? Ah, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, UG. Thank you. Thank you, Dinky. Appreciate the love. So yes, we do have a Twitter. We have a Facebook. We have an Instagram. We have a Discord as well. And I don't think we posted the Discord for any new viewers. I don't know if there's anyone new here, but if you're new and you have a Discord, you're welcome to join the community on Discord. Okay, so coming up, and you can see it right there. That's right. I have Discord pinned on my Twitter and my Facebook. So coming up on Wednesday is Year 5 of the launch of the channel. And I worked on the video yesterday afternoon. I even teased it in the Discord. I did a screenshot of it in the editing bay. It's a long video. It's like 80 minutes long. And I'll give you guys the basics of what you can expect from the Year 5 video. It's going to be different than the previous anniversary videos, where you just see me like driving around with Janine's Mesa and just talking about the past year. And well, I do talk about some of that stuff in Year 5, but I decided to do something a little different for the Year 5 video. I thought it'd be an interesting idea for fun to go back to my first 5 videos and watch the first 5 videos and comment on it. So that's what you all have to look forward to in Year 5 coming Wednesday. I recorded that yesterday afternoon. I may edit it a little bit. I may add some things to it. Maybe some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to add anything at all. But I finished rendering it. I may watch it whenever I get a chance, maybe tomorrow, because I also want to work on a vlog for Monday. I don't have an idea yet, but maybe I'll have an idea. But it's going to be pretty long. It's going to be interesting. And I'm going to watch it to see if there's anything I want to edit out, but I may just leave it as is, warts and all. So yeah, basically, yeah, I watch my first 5 videos that I ever made on the channel, and I comment on them. So it's me watching and commenting me, And it's going to be interesting because, as some of you know, I'm my own worst critic. So that's what you all have to look forward to for Wednesday. Year 5. Hard to believe it's been 5 years. And I do get a little feely. Sometimes the feels come out. Sometimes. I do have feelings, even though sometimes I act like I don't. I do. But it's crazy how the past 5 years have gone for this channel. And all the people I've met. I didn't mention Carrick in the Year 5 video, but it was awesome for the past few years to be part of Carrick's international podcast along with Reg and Silver. And for anyone that's inquired, I did mention the reasons why I left in the previous vlog, Random Thoughts, over on the Vlogs channel. But, you know, there's always a possibility that I may come back as a guest every now and then, if they ever want me back as a guest. But I left on good terms, and obviously I'm doing my own thing now on Saturdays. Because I want to talk about more than just video games. I wanted a new platform where I could talk about also video games, but also comics and sci-fi, various TV shows and movies that I happen to like. And the past 4 episodes have been fun. I've been really enjoying the GB cast. I hope you guys have as well. And I'm grateful for anyone that's taken the time to watch this. And it's going to continue. I may have a week off coming up because I'm going to be out of town, or I may just pre-record like a short GB cast or something like that. I haven't decided yet, but in a couple weeks from now, like not this coming week, but the following week, I'm going to go out of town for a few days to go see my sisters in Texas. You know, I need to go see them, spend some time with them because they've been annoying me, and I'm tired of them annoying me, so I'm going to go see them. And it'd be nice to get away for a few days. Plus, my uncle, who had gone through back surgery, who's usually the one that watches the place for me and takes care of the pets while I'm gone, he's feeling way better now, so that's a big reason why I wasn't able to go to PAX South this year, because he was still recovering from back surgery. And like all my other aunts and uncles and friends, what few friends I have here that live here where I live, you know, they have their own lives. They have their own families, their own jobs. They're too busy. But one of my uncles is retired, and he lives alone. He lives up the street, and he's capable of coming and taking care of the place while I'm gone. So I don't feel like I'm inconveniencing him too much whenever he comes here. Plus, he has like a shit ton of channels to watch, and I always buy food for him while he's here taking care of things for me while I am away. But the Year 5 video will be rather long. It'll be interesting. And I enjoyed making it. I don't know if we'll do any... We're not going to do... Like, Year 6 will not be that. If we make it to Year 6, it'll probably just be similar to, you know, like Year 4, Year 3, Year 2, Year 1 videos. Those anniversary videos I like to do. And it'll just talk about the past year and go over some of the same shit. Being a broken record. You know, some touchy-feely things I like to bring up. And maybe even talk about my thoughts going forward a year from now. I don't know where we're going to be in 2020 if we're still around. I always say that. The way the world's going, who knows, right? But at the same time, I've really enjoyed this journey over the past 5 years. And Kane, yeah, thanks, Kane. Here's to another 5 years, hopefully. Hopefully. And I even talk about Year 10, if there's a Year 10. Well, I'll leave that for the video, because I go over some statistics. Yeah. Black Sparrow, talk about GB Year 0. Year 0. Okay, let's talk about Year 0. When I had, as you guys will notice, if you guys never got to see the first videos, some of you have actually dug to the bottom of the pile, all 2,400 videos I've posted so far in streams, like Tankin Jr. and Cormac did several months ago. I think they were just bored, and they both decided to go do it for fun, for LOLs. But you'll get to see those videos and me commenting over the videos. I hope I don't copyright claim myself for it. Younger me, I'm going to copyright claim you. I think I made that joke in the video. But yeah, I appreciate it. I love you guys too, Archangel. You guys are awesome. But the first year, yeah, was interesting. Because, like, I'm probably going to say a lot of this stuff Wednesday. But I did come from a radio background, as a lot of you know, and also YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for a while. My first YouTube channel is mostly a shitpost channel, like so many others early in the early days of YouTube. And then about a decade ago, in 2009, I started my political channel because I was a lot more political back then. I still have the political channel. In fact, I've rebranded it a little. I've posted some videos over there. I haven't in weeks. I need to make a new video for that. I just haven't been really motivated. I've been so focused on the gaming channel predominantly, and that's always the main focus these days. Back then, obviously the political channel, but things have changed with me. But I'm still kind of sort of political, but I do try like to keep my political beliefs over there. Sometimes things get a little political over here, and we do have a political room in our Discord. So there's that. But and let's see, I would say after the 2012 election, I finally got really burnt with politics. I was in a relationship at the time, well, leading up to the election, and that ended. And one of my cats died. And overall, I was just feeling really burnt out. 2012 ended up being a pretty lousy year for me. Random caller, leave me alone. Telemarketers, you can't even give us peace on a Saturday. You robo-telemarketing scum have no shame. It's Saturday, for crying out loud. It's the weekend. Leave us alone, telemarketer scum. But anyways, yeah, 2012 sucked. It really did. And I felt like that everything I attempted to do in the, you know, from 2007 to 2012 was in vain. Because I was, at the time, I guess you could say, kind of a libertarian, a constitutionalist. I still do believe in my country's constitution and Bill of Rights and amendments. I believe that they're the foundations of our democratic republic. But at that time, I had just become so jaded with politics in general, from all sides, that I just felt like I no longer cared as much. And off and on over the past few years, I've tried to get back into politics. The show came to an end in 2012 because I used to have an internet radio show like several days a week, and I had several listeners. So I also was involved with, in real life, I had a animal rescue that I helped found. Predominantly it was cats and kittens. And for a year that was good. I enjoyed doing that for like a year. And then I started getting the bug for wanting to do something else. I was really excited about Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out in 2013 because I was a huge Grand Theft Auto fan. And I do mention this in year 5. Some of the stuff I'm trying to intentionally mention here instead of year 5. Well, I was really excited about Grand Theft Auto 5, mainly for the story, because at the time I didn't really care for online games. But I would say it's 50-50 now. I like single player and online modes. And I didn't just buy Red Dead Redemption 2 for Red Dead Online. The cops found me. Y'all hear the sirens? They've come for me. Nah, they're probably after somebody, or else they're going to a crash. Another freaking crash in my town. What a surprise. People were driving like shit earlier today. I don't know if it's because it's Sunday or the weekend or because it's everything else I was doing. I really became into Grand Theft Auto 5. I loved playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And then I decided to be part of Grand Theft Auto Online when it launched. And I was there from the very beginning. I didn't have a channel back then in the fall of 2013. Well, I still had the political channel, but I was already starting to think about maybe doing a gaming channel because I saw other content creators out there on YouTube that were doing YouTube channels revolved around Grand Theft Auto. And I kind of went back and forth on it, whether or not I really wanted to do it. At first I was, yeah, Black Sparrow, the world was supposed to end in 2012. Maybe it did, right? Maybe it did. It felt like it was ending to me personally. But I went back and forth for months about whether or not I wanted to do a gaming channel. Or at the beginning, I was going to rebrand my political channel to a gaming channel. But because I came from radio and I was so used to different radio station formats, like rock music on a rock station, top 40 music on a top 40 station, hip hop on a hip hop station, you guys get the idea. They're different formats, and I had that same mindset for YouTube. So I didn't want to just magically change my political channel to a gaming channel. I wanted it to always be a political channel, even if I wasn't making as much content for it as I used to. I didn't think it would be a good idea just to all of a sudden change it overnight from, politics to gaming. So I thought, well, what if I came up with a new channel? And I've mentioned the story how I became GeauxBurns, the idea for GeauxBurns for a while. And I don't know if I actually mentioned it completely, because obviously Burns is my last name. But like, I live in Louisiana, and Louisiana has a very French, Cajun, Creole culture to it. And they like to spell things a little differently. Well, we still spell go as G-O, but there's also a different Louisiana way to spell go. And a lot of the sports teams like to use it for slogans, for T-shirts, and for signs. Like LSU, the LSU Tigers. A lot of people at the stadium will either have a sign that says Go Tigers, spelled out G-E-A-U-X, Tigers, or T-shirts, or the football team, the New Orleans Saints, Go Saints, same thing. And so I was also, I know this is going to be interesting, but I was also a Mets fan. I know. How did that happen? How did I become a Mets fan? Should I backtrack on that one? It's because I don't like the Yankees. I was in New York in 2000 visiting a couple of my aunts that happened to live up there at the time. One lived in Jersey. One just moved to New York. And I used it as an excuse before I started college in the summer of 2000, like in between the spring and summer, to go on a little trip up to New York. So I flew up there, spent some time up in New York. It's beautiful upstate New York. Very beautiful, by the way. And at the time when we actually went to New York City, we took the train. We drove from New York down to Jersey, spent the night with one of my aunts, and then we took the train from Jersey all the way into New York City. And I decided to buy some souvenirs for my trip. And at the time, I liked to wear baseball caps. Obviously, I don't wear baseball caps anymore because I got such luscious, beautiful hair. And I just got tired of wearing baseball caps. But I still have like a shit ton of baseball caps I have. And I happen to be in a sports store. And obviously, it was the summertime. Baseball season was in full swing. And I never really cared for the Yankees. My dad was more into baseball than me. He was a Houston Astros fan. And I decided I wanted to get a baseball cap. And there was nothing but New York Yankees hats and New York Mets hats. And then I made the decision to get a New York Mets hat instead. And I think that year they ended up in the World Series against the Yankees in the Subway Series. They lost, sadly. But I've always been kind of a fan of underdog teams. And so, in a weird, twisted way, I became a Mets fan. And years later, whenever they built a new stadium, they were like taking donations to get like bricks with people's names on it. And they would send you a version of that brick, and I still have that brick. And it's somewhere by Citi Field, like where all the damn names are, and you can see my name among many other names. And I did that one year, and I have my name on it. It has the New York Mets logo. And then you can put like a quote, right? You could put a quote. I think you even put like where you're from. And for some reason, I came up with Go Mets, like G-A-U-X Mets. And I think that may have been where the small seed, years later, that would lead to me going by GeauxBurns. So all this does lead into the origin story of GeauxBurns. And so in January 2014, I decided to, when I came up with the name GeauxBurns, I decided to go ahead and lock down the channel for GeauxBurns on YouTube. But it sat there for a few months because I wasn't really certain if I wanted to start a gaming channel or not. Because the moment I decided to do it, I was going to do it. And I had to research it a little bit. I had to find out exactly how people were able to record video game footage. So I learned about game captures, like the Elgato. So I had to go to Best Buy and buy my first Elgato. By the way, I have my Elgato collection in boxes. So all my old Elgatos I still have back here. So I had to learn how to do that. And eventually I learned everything I needed to learn. And a lot of it did tie in with stuff I already knew how to do with my political YouTube channel. So yeah, eventually I made the decision in March to launch my gaming channel. And as a lot of you know, a lot of it was because I had these ideas, right? I had these ideas, and I still have ideas for Grand Theft Auto Online. That was one reason why I was excited about doing that feedback video Friday. I love giving some feedback. But back then we had the email address. And I sent some... Hopefully. I'll wrap up this thought in a second. Okay, are we back now? Damn you OBS. Why was I blaming Discord? It was OBS that was doing it. I don't know, but... Alright, are we back, guys? So I can finish my touching story leading up as I'm trying to tease Year 5 coming up Wednesday before I wrap up today's GB cast. So that we can, in a few hours from now, come back and do Mortal Kombat 11. Alright, we're back. Okay, thanks, Kame. Thanks. And everybody, thanks for still sticking around to the end. So, anyways, I know that for the most part I cover a lot of the similar things that other Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead YouTubers cover. I like to believe that I do it in my own unique way. But, you know, I knew that the moment I decided to start, the moment I decided to record that first video and upload that first video, even though the first video has its issues, that I had officially said, you know what, I am committing myself to doing this. I don't know what direction it's going to take me in year 0 or day 0, because that's what Black Sparrow was joking about, wanting me to talk about year 0. But yeah, I had no idea what the first video was going to lead towards. I mean, delusions of grandeur always occur in our minds. Thinking, I'm going to be the next big Grand Theft Auto YouTuber. I will rise in a matter of months to have bazillion viewers and subscribers. That didn't work out. That's just a reality. See, Biketron, see, Grand Theft Auto Online feedback. They can't even fix the Titan glitch after years of lost cargo. Feedback my ass. Well, there's always the hope. Archangel, yes, I got a code for the Mortal Kombat 11 stress test. And use it or lose it, so I'm going to use it this evening. So we're doing a doubleheader stream today, which is why we're wrapping up the GB cast today. I think we covered the subjects that we were going to cover today, you know, which include James Gunn returning to Guardians of the Galaxy for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. By the way, several of the actors protested, obviously. Like Batista, whenever he found out that they had fired James Gunn, he was pissed. Like Drax was not happy. He was like, either James Gunn directs this thing or I don't want anything to do with it. So I think there was like a private rebellion from like him and maybe some of the other actors and actresses involved in Guardians. And I think a lot of the behind the scenes stuff eventually led towards Disney and MCU making the decision to bring back James Gunn, which I think is a good decision. I think that was a great decision. And look, like I said earlier, we all make mistakes. We've all said something along the way that might have been offensive or a joke that was inappropriate or a little too spicy. It happens to all of us. And a decade ago, James Gunn did that. And unfortunately, somebody dug it up. And in this offensive day and age where anything you can say almost can be held against you, you know, he got punished for it. And he felt bad about what he said. In hindsight, but we all are guilty at one point in our lives, even if it's just to ourselves. We say something offensive and no one else hears the offensive thing we say, or you're just in a heated situation in a moment of anger, or you say a joke you think is funny and everyone else A, doesn't think it's funny, and B, before you realize it, turns out it was kind of offensive, a little too spicy. It happens. But we live in this day and age where everything is outrage. Everything is offensive. I just feel like it's gone too far. But the other thing we discussed was Grand Theft Auto Online DLC possibly coming in April. And we go by the QA betas. They're testing on Steam. So chances are, for all of you wanting a Grand Theft Auto Online update, that is probably not coming till April. And most likely, I think I agree with Fun NW2 and others. I think that they're going to be using leftover content as the basis of Arena War 2. So I think it's going to be Arena War 2 or Arena War Season 2. Because there were some cut vehicles from the Arena War, like he mentioned, the Manchaz, the Tempesta. Dominator Pisswater, Dominator GTX, a peyote. See, well, he said Cognoscenti and Death Brew Famos. So yeah, I think that we'll probably be getting the next update to Grand Theft Auto Online probably in April, maybe early April. And I get the feeling it'll probably be a sequel to Arena War. And if we get a Naval DLC, it probably will be the summer DLC or maybe the winter DLC. I guess we'll find out. But finally, of course, we talked about our thoughts regarding Avengers Endgame. The trailer was awesome. Very much looking forward to Avengers Endgame. It is coming. April. Yes, indeed. April 26th. Avengers Endgame is coming. So we talked about the trailer. We talked about our theories. All sorts of good stuff were discussed today in GB Cast numeral 4. 4. See, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My bony fingers. But anyways, I do appreciate all of you being here today. You all are awesome. And like I said, I think we are planning on a doubleheader stream today. Later on, in a few hours from now, I will come back and we will do some Mortal Kombat. I didn't want to tear up my voice doing that. And I know I have a loud voice. I didn't want to, hurt your ears any more than I already have. Sorry, ears. But we're going to try out the stress test for Mortal Kombat. And I'll probably get my ass kicked a few times. Maybe I'll get salty. I hear, like, Son in Discord, he said earlier, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, that he said that it was actually pretty good. Like, he was enjoying playing the stress test for Mortal Kombat 11. Whether or not I end up getting Mortal Kombat 11, if I really enjoy the stress test and you guys really enjoy me playing it, we may do it. I may get it. Because I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. It's just, last Mortal Kombat game I played was Mortal Kombat 2009, the reboot. I didn't play X because it didn't really interest me. I did watch the story. Several people played it on YouTube, obviously, so I know the gist of what happened in Mortal Kombat X. But I may get Mortal Kombat 11. It looks enticing. So we'll see what Mortal Kombat 11 is all about in the stress test later today. And tomorrow we will be on the Xbox One for Red Dead 2 Online. So that is the plan for tomorrow. Red Dead Online, Xbox One. That's Sunday stream. On St. Patrick's Day, I'll be wearing some green probably because I don't want to get pinched. Well, maybe one or two I don't mind being pinched by, but some of you pinch too hard. It hurts. It hurts me physically, mentally, and emotionally in so many ways. And no, I won't be drinking. I don't drink anymore. For those of you that enjoyed last year's St. Patrick's Day live stream or evening stream where I was drunk as hell, no. I'm not going to be drinking because I stopped drinking. The only thing I'll probably be drinking is tea. Probably some tea and water. Ain't happening. Sorry. I know, that disappoints some of you because you really did enjoy me being shit-faced. But I can't drink because my liver doesn't like alcohol. Go figure. So that's tomorrow. Red Dead Online. We'll be in New Hanover tomorrow on the Xbox One. For all my Xbox One Red Dead Online fans. And Raleigh, yes, dinosaurs are most definitely real. They are. They are real. I'm never going to live that stream down. The most infamous live stream I've done to date, I think. But like I said, doubleheader stream coming up in just a little bit. We'll be back in maybe 2 or 3 hours from now with Mortal Kombat X. Maybe I'll be back in an hour from now. I don't know. I guess we'll have to just wait and see. I do want to go get some food before we go. But anyways, I appreciate all of you watching the 4th installment of the GB Cast. If you enjoyed it and you haven't done so, a like would be very much appreciated. And we're going to continue this. We're going to try to do it every Saturday. And like I said, we have a room for our GB Cast in the Discord if you're not in Discord already. And like I said, I keep saying that. GB Cast is all about gaming news, covering video games, not just Grand Theft Auto Online or Red Dead Online, but other games as well. Comics, sci-fi, TV shows, movies. I've been really enjoying doing the GB Cast, and we're going to continue it. So, Brian, I'm sorry you missed the GB Cast, but it will be a video later on. It will process. It will be a video. You can go back and watch it. Plus, I'm planning a double header today. Later on, I'll be back with Mortal Kombat 11 stress testing. Since we can't stream that, I will be streaming it later. Maybe like I would say, you'll know. I'll post it on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord whenever I start the stream. But yes, Mortal Kombat 11 stress test stream coming up later in our double header today. I do appreciate all of you being here. Kane, Brian, Riley, modding for us today. Let's see, Archangel, Biketron, See, Black Sparrow. Who else was here? Kari was here. If you're still here, feel free and say goodbye, GB. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, before we go, let me mention our new subscribers. We have a ton of subscribers that I have not mentioned. Let's see. Travis Lindsay, L. Carnell, B-Dab, Clint Howell, Martin John Battelle, Gary Thomas, I Am Smoothie. Oh, you're a smoothie, eh? Smoothie. Let's see. Timothy Darnell Graham, Page 420, Grasma. And 18 minutes ago, Rap Dog, and everyone else, thanks for the subs. Welcome to the GeauxBurns Nation. Very much appreciate having you all here. All of my awesome viewers, subscribers, mods, fans, our Super Chat heroes from March 2019, as well as our members going above and beyond for the GBN. And if you... Oh, this is the wrong button. False start. False it. What the fuck? There. Right button. I pushed the right button. Anyways, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoyed the GB casts, we do them. We attempt to do them every Saturday. We also stream and cover Red Dead Online along with Grand Theft Auto Online, other games as well. I'm going to be playing a variety of Star Wars games throughout the year, leading to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order coming out in the fall, hopefully by Respawn. So yes, we will continue with Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. So that's happening. If you're interested, if you're enjoying the content, you're welcome to subscribe. Join the GeauxBurns Nation to be notified about future streams and content. Ding the bell. If you go to the About section on the channel, I have a variety of social medias like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I also have a vlogs channel where every 2 or 3 weeks I post a new vlog. Hopefully I'll have a new vlog out Monday. That is the plan. I just need to come up with an idea for a vlog. Maybe by tomorrow at the end of the Red Dead Online stream, I'll have that. Maybe. We also have a Discord community. And you are more than welcome to join our awesome Discord community. That's where a lot of the interaction in the GeauxBurns Nation takes place in between content and streams. And thanks for the lines, Riley. As always. From me to you. Yes, you. From the bottom of my normal heart. Normal? What? My heart's anything than normal. What's left of it. You know, held together by some duct tape and silly glue and some staples. But, as always, thanks for watching.